Morning, everyone. Boker Tov. So yesterday we mentioned a halacha regarding the amount of bread technically you're allowed to eat outside of the sukkah, and regarding that we spoke about the bracha of the Sheva Sukkah, how much you need in order to say the bracha of the Sheva Sukkah. In a different teshuva, Rabbi Shalom Asas stresses that on the first night of Pesach of Sukkot, it's different. The first night in the Chutz La'aretz, the first 2 nights, it's of course different, as we have the mitzvah, the Gezerah Shava Tedvav, as Sukkot, the first night is the 15th of Tishrei, Pesach, the first night is the 15th of Nisan, and the Chachamim tells us the connection between the two. And just like on the night of Pesach we eat a Kazayit of matzah, the night of Sukkot we eat a Kazayit of bread in the Sukkah. And therefore, says Rabbi Shalom Asas, that even though a Kazayit on a regular day is technically, you don't need to eat in a sukkah, you could technically eat less than a kabetza outside of a sukkah, but on the first night of Pesach, of Sukkot, the kazayit is considered like a keva, it's considered like a full meal, and not considered like a snack. And therefore, it's asur to eat a kazayit of bread outside of the sukkah on the first night. Unless it's you're mitztayer, unless as the halachot go regarding being mitztayer from the sukkah, it's raining outside, it's too cold, there's bad smell, it's the schach is going into the sukkah uncontrollably, and I can't live there. So if a person's mitztayer, he's patur from the sukkah, then even on the first night he could eat inside. But even the first night, he should still try to find a moment to go in and do the mitzvah of eating a kazayit of bread inside the sukkah. So his first halacha is that on the first night of Pesach, it is asur to eat a kazayit of bread outside of the sukkah in regular times. Second halacha, he brings from a tshuva from his son, Rabbi David Masas. This is an interesting halacha. He says that the sukkah is supposed to be in lieu of our home. It's supposed to be our home over Sukkot. And therefore he says that you shouldn't set the table, even with a tablecloth, on the inside of your house. You know, Shabbat, Yom Tov, you want to put a nice tablecloth on the regular table. He says, no. He says, your tablecloth is sukkah, and therefore you should set the sukkah only. But he does say that if you live in a place that's cold, or that you might, or even probably will end up in the house anyways due to the weather, due to being mitztaer, then setting a table setting the table in the house as well doesn't show like, oh, this is like my real house and I'm kind of leaving the sukkah, because you anyways will likely leave the sukkah. But in a place or in a time that, no, I'm supposed to be in my sukkah, and you also set the table in the house, that's not correct, because you're supposed to be in the sukkah. So he says not to put in that situation. Here in Toronto, often we end up in the house because of the weather, because of the, it's late this year. We hope that it's going to be good weather, Be'ezrat Hashem. But I would still say that even if you do put a nice cover on the table, it's okay because of where we live and the situation that we are in, as opposed to other places that are Eretz Yisrael. It's nice and warm. So if you're setting the table there in the house, it's showing that you're lacking in the sukkah. Okay, that's that for today. Mincha at 6:15. Have a good day, everyone.